Hey plant fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is part of my jungle. This is my Christmas tree. And if you're not new here, thank you for coming back. So I moved us over a little bit in the frame from where we normally sit so that we can at least see like a little peek of my Christmas tree. A tiny bit. So today I have for you my top 5 favorite unique shaped Hoya, or unique shaped Hoya Hoya with unique shaped leaves. So basically every month I do my top 5 favorite Hoya in different categories, and this month for December I thought it'd be fun to choose a few to show you out of my collection that I think have uniquely shaped leaves, and unique in the sense of just not what you would expect from a plant leaf. So the first two on my list are actually kind of similar, but I had to include them. I have done a video comparing and contrasting these as well because they are two Hoya that people tend to get confused, so I will go over the differences between them very quickly here as well. But if you want a more in-depth video about that, I'll leave it linked up here for you. I have a whole playlist of plant comparisons. If you have any suggestions, any plants you want me to cover the differences on and how to tell them apart, definitely let me know, and I'm happy to do that if I can. So the first one on my list today is the Hoya Endis. It's a bit of a mouthful, not as much as the next one, but this one has these really cute kind of ripply leaves, and they just kind of look curly. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's got some new growth coming in down there. I got this one at Shakespeare's Garden in Brookfield, I feel like is the name of the town, in Connecticut, right outside of Danbury, for 35 bucks. And she's been doing really well for me in my cabinet. We've got some little baby leaves, a mealybug. Time for you to die. I'm sorry. Sorry if that grosses you out. But I'm just used to them by now, so we crush them with our bare hands. But anyway, as long as they're not really big. The big mealybugs freak me out. Usually we just have little baby ones, so I don't mind squishing them with my bare hands. Anyway, tell me you have a lot of Hoya without telling me you have a lot of Hoya. You just kind of get desensitized to the mealybugs. I have been trying a new product though that I am hoping will eradicate the issue, and I will definitely keep you guys updated on how that goes. But anyway, Hoya Endis is number 1 on my list today because I just love these curly little leaves. I think they're really stinking cute. I love their ripply edges, and this one has a little bit more of a glossy leaf. You can tell by the way that the light reflects off of it. Keep that in mind as I show you number 2 on my list today of Hoya with unique shaped leaves, and that is the Hoya Kan Kum Mariana. So this one is a little bit more of like a rehab. She's still in moss and she's a little bit of a mess, but she also has these really cute kind of curly ripply edges to her leaves. And when I think of unique Hoya leaves, my brain goes to these cute little curly babes. This one often gets confused with the Endis, but you can see this one is actually a little bit more velvety. You can tell by the way that the light does not reflect off of this plant. So side by side, you can tell there are definite apparent differences, but you can also understand why people get them confused. They kind of look exactly the same, and it's hard to tell until you get them both in front of you. So the easiest way is to look for how the light reflects off the leaves. If it looks glossy, it's probably Endis, and if it looks a little bit more fuzzy, it's probably the Kan Kum Mariana, which is also just like one of my favorite Hoya names to say. Kan Kum Mariana. It's really fun. It sounds Japanese and I enjoy it. So that is number 2 on my list today. Number 3 on my list is a really small plant that I have, but it's definitely unique. I don't have any other Hoya that looks like this, and it is the Hoya insularis, and it's got these really long dark green leaves with that one vein going down the middle. This is just a little cutting that I have in stratum, so it's not a great example of how strange this plant is, but I can't wait for it to be a big plant because I just think it's gonna be so freaking weird. And I've had retusas and stuff that are arguably somewhat similar, kind of more like stringy leaf Hoya, but this one is hands down my favorite. I love that vein that just goes straight through the leaf, and I love that the leaf is almost like rectangular shaped. Like, it's just very, very, very strange. And to be honest, Retusa probably would have been on this list if I still had one, but this is my favorite out of the ones that I have. I know there are so many other strange, unique leaf Hoya that are not on this list, so feel free to share your favorites and the ones that you have in your collection down below. I would love to know more about what weirdos you guys have. So the next one on my list, I wouldn't say is weird, but it's definitely unique in the sense that there is no other Hoya that quite has leaves like this, and this is the Hoya David's Green Cup. This is a hybrid. I think it's a Cocoa Ranch hybrid, but don't quote me. And it is definitely crossed with Obovata because it's got these round leaves. But the thing that I love the most about this plant, and I can try and find like a larger specimen, mine is really small so it's hard to tell, but the leaves on this one are just like perfectly round. The Obovata leaves are a little bit more elongated, and you're going to get that perfectly circular round leaf on the Hoya David's Green Cup, and that is why I put it on this list today, because I do not know of any other Hoya that has leaves that are basically a perfect circle. These ones came in a little wonky, so they're not a great example. All specimens are going to be different. Plants are unique. All leaves are not going to look the same, but the norm for this plant is these very, very round, almost perfectly circular shaped leaves, and that is the appeal on this one for me. I've cut it a bunch, so it's just a little baby plant, so it's hard to tell, but Hoya David's Green Cup is 10 out of 10 one that I would recommend actually over the Obovata if you're looking for a really round leaf Hoya. This is gonna be the one for you. Okay, so number 5 on my list today shouldn't be surprising, but it might be surprising, and it is the Hoya polyura, also known as the fishtail Hoya. And I think maybe this has just become so popular that we're a little bit desensitized to the uniqueness of the leaf shape, but they call this one the fishtail Hoya, mermaid tail Hoya, because it does have these really unique shaped leaves that come to a point. This is obviously the elbow variegated one. I don't have a green one. This is the only one that I have, and I absolutely love it, so I'm more than happy to show it off. But you can see why this is such a highly sought after variety, because it does just have these really unique shaped leaves. This looks beautiful as a trailing plant, and I had to put it on the list because it's the Hoya polyura, and I feel like a list of Hoya with unique shaped leaves would not be complete without the very, very popular Hoya polyura. You really can't go wrong with these leaves. Absolutely love it. So those are my top 5 favorite unique shaped Hoya leaves, but I have an honorable mention, a number 6 today, because again, I could not reasonably film a video about Hoya that have unique shaped leaves and not put the Hoya Carnosa Compacta on the list. Probably the most well-known weirdo in the Hoya community is the Hoya Carnosa Compacta, because the leaves come in all crinkle wrinkled and they kind of wrap around themselves. That is where it gets the nickname Hindu rope. She is super thirsty, wrinkly girl, definitely need to water her. But this is my Hoya Carnosa Compacta, the one I said I would never buy again. I got one. And I'm horrified every time I look at it that I'm gonna find a mealybug. And as soon as I do find a mealybug on this plant, it's going in the trash. Like immediately. I'm not even gonna, just not even. So Hoya Carnosa Compacta, aka Hoya Hindu rope, had to be number 6, honorable mention on this list, because like I said, what list would this be? What kind of Hoya list would this be if I ignored literally the most popular and the most common unique shaped Hoya? So that is it for my list, you guys. There are so many more. So many more. These are just my top unique shaped leaves out of my collection. Let me know in the comments below what your favorites are out of your collection, or just in general. Do you have ones that you've been looking for because they have a weird shaped leaf? Maybe I've never heard of it. Maybe I want to add it to my list. So definitely leave me some comments down below. Leave me some Christmas emojis, or you know what? I've got a lot of mushrooms going on my tree, on my shirt. I'm a big fan of the mushies. Leave me some mushroom emojis down in the comments below if you watched this whole entire video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. There's a join button down there if you guys want to be part of the official Plant Fam. Get yourself some perky perks. If not, there is a super thanks button if you want to super thanks me. Everything is appreciated. Cannot do this without you guys. You already know though the best way to support me is to go and check out my plant shop. I don't have a ton in there, so the best way to support me right now, currently at this moment in time, is to go and download the Plant Story app. I will leave it linked down below for you guys. If you do download it using my referral link, you already know, if you've been here, you get a $15 coupon to spend. But Wednesday 13th, I'm pretty sure is the date, at 2 p.m. Eastern time, I will be going live on Plant Story. I won't be selling anything. We're just going to be having a live chat about pest management, and it's going to be an opportunity for you guys to ask me questions about pest management, prevention, control. What do I use? What's worked? What doesn't work? All of those things. We're going to talk about all of it, so definitely come and hang out. I'm going to be doing a show on Plant Story, so I'm pretty excited about it, and I would love to see you guys there. So definitely come and hang out with me. Like I said, would love to see you there. I also love you so very much. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are out there in the world. Don't forget to spread kindness. Don't forget to drink your water, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!